Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be planting hundreds of seeds and I wanted to show you. All of the seeds I'm planting today will grow flowers and foliage that will only survive in warm weather. They'll be started inside, so when it's past our first frost date, they'll go out. Okay, so the first thing I did was count how many slots I had available on my seed starting shelves in the plant room. And I do have a few things in there already, like tomatoes and peppers, that have to stay. So I have 18 spots left. I gathered up 18 base trays that have no holes in the bottom so that you can water and it doesn't make a mess inside. This is called a 10-20 tray because it's 10 inches by 20 inches. And it's a pretty standard size for any greenhouse supplies. So this is what I use to start all my seeds. Now, all of the trays I use, including the plug trays and these base trays, are from a company called Bootstrap Farmer. These are extremely durable, made in the United States and out of recycled plastic. I've had mine for several seasons and they also include a warranty on their product. These are wonderful. They can be used over and over and over again. They don't crack, they don't break, and it's just a great alternative to a seed starting kit that you may have to buy every season because once you pop the seedlings out, a lot of times they crack and they just break down in the sun, but these do not. These are great. I'm really trying to cut down on single-use plastic, which is any plastic you use one time and then have to throw away. That's why I love these, because season after season, I can use them again. Now, inside each of the base trays will be a plug tray. And the two sizes of trays I'm going to be using are these ones. This one will hold 72 plants. And then I'm going to use this one, which holds 128 plants. Something to consider when you're planting is the smaller the cell, the smaller the plant. So I'll be using the 72 cell for my bigger plants like zinnias and cosmos, and I'll be using the 128 for smaller things. What's something small? I don't even know. Queen Anne's lace, baby's breath, Persian cress, celosia. Some plants just do better when their seeds are put directly into the ground instead of starting them in trays and then transplanting them. An example of that would be sunflowers. So I'll take my sunflower seeds and directly plant those outside when the weather's warm instead of starting them now in these trays. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is fill up this tray, which I have sitting in my base tray, with nice light potting mix or seed starting mix. Someday I hope to have enough homemade compost to use that instead of seed starting mix. I know this isn't the most common practice, but it's something I want to give a try. I think the seedlings should be able to handle it, and it's also something I've seen on other channels. It's perfectly okay to do what you can with what you have, and you know, building soil takes a long time. So I'm putting those systems into place now, and someday, hopefully, I won't have to buy soil mixes in bags anymore. But until then, we're going to use this. This is the first shelf of 2. Each shelf has 9 trays of soil. that I have prepped and ready to be planted with seeds. There's the first shelf. Here is the second shelf of 9 trays. Here is my collection of flower seeds. I have a ton and I love them all. This right here is a collection of wildflowers and meadow mixes that I got from M.I. Gardner. And I will be using these to plant several meadow type areas in the back and the front that will simply be there to serve pollinators. I won't be cutting on these areas for my own arrangements and things. I just want to have a place where the pollinators can take as much as they want. Celosia seed that I saved from my own plants last year. So I'm going to see how that works. Obviously this is mixed in with a lot of debris, but if you're not selling your seeds, it doesn't really matter. To me, this is just extra mulch built in. And then there's even more celosia seeds mixed in here. I think I'll probably add this to the wildflower beds. Here is my seed collection that I'll be using to plant all my flowers for my floral arranging. And some of these are new to me this season, and some of these I've had for several years now. If you store your seeds in a cool, dry place, they should last you several years. And the worst that can happen is they don't germinate. So I never throw away seeds based on the date on the packet. I just see if they germinate, and if they do, they're still good to use. Of seed that I'm going to plant is this one. It's called Double Click Snow Puff, and it's from Johnny's Seeds, and it is my absolute favorite type of cosmos. I love it. It's just so whimsical. It's beautiful, and I'll throw a picture up on the screen so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to plant this entire tray full of these seeds. That's going to give me 72 plants of this Cosmos Double Click Snow Puff flower. All right. I like to use this tool to make the holes so that I can give my skin a break from touching the soil. And also, usually when I'm doing a bunch of planting trays, I will wear gardening gloves when I'm handling soil, just because eventually it makes your hands really dry and it eventually starts to burn, and it's just not great for your skin. But I am going to use this, I think it's called a dibble. I got it for free when I purchased these trays from Bootstrap Farmer. There we go. All right. I've already watered the soil so it's nice and damp. We've made the holes with the dibble, and now let's put these seeds in. Forgot one important tool. It's just a butter knife. I put it down next to the row that I'm working on so I don't forget. And also, this is a great tool to pop these seedlings out once they're grown. also tells you the germination rate, meaning when did they test these seeds and how many of them germinated. So for this particular seed lot, this variety, they tested them in October and 95% of them germinated. So that means I'm only going to put one seed per hole because there's a pretty good chance it's going to germinate, and I hate thinning seedlings. More times. Some of the things I will be planting though: basil, sage, dill, celosia, 16 different kinds of cosmos, 9 different kinds of carnations, gomphrena, hollyhocks, nasturtiums, stock, 24 different varieties of zinnias, soapwort, St. John's wort, sunflowers, and a new one I like called drumstick. Well, it's new to me. All right, let's get these seeds onto the seed shelf where they can germinate and grow into plants. These just started blooming for me last week. Here's our mascot, Scully. She's definitely sleeping on the job.